Alright, super quick update on Bonfida. I don't want to make this too long because, not too much has changed in the scheme of things. So obviously the macro trend is still very bearish. We're below every single fib that we would want to be above. If we do zoom in the short term, you can see that the RSI has once again been rejected from the heartline and we're heading down. The money flow indicator has been rejected from the heartline and is heading down. And it looks like we're literally coming down to the last micro line in the sand. Now, if you've been watching my videos, I've been saying I think we're coming down to 133. I've been saying that for weeks now, and we've literally just kind of been trending down and sideways for a very long time. We had a couple of dead cat bounces that I made videos on, and me saying how I do believe they're dead cat bounces, and I would only really change my tune and once we got above 390, because obviously the macro trend is still extremely bearish. Even if we did break above 390, I mean, we would barely be over the first macro fib. So zooming in to the short term, I do think in the next couple of days we are going to be breaking down. I think we've back tested this 3 times now, and it just seems to me like we're going to be coming down. So the drop from here, which I'm predicting, is another 16.5%, which isn't anything too crazy, but what gets interesting from there is once we do start losing these levels around here, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Say we've got a couple of wicks down here and we have our 1.618 down here, so we could potentially be coming all the way down to pretty much 98 cents to $1. What gets really screwy after that is if we don't hold this level, there is literally nowhere else for us to go apart from somewhat near zero. And I'm not saying it's going to come down to somewhere near zero. I don't think it's going to go to zero, but that is just an exaggeration. It just generally means that I think it's going to be trending down in a very nasty way for the next couple of weeks, couple of days, couple of months, whatever it is. If we do come over to Bitcoin really needs to start breaking out and putting in this inverse head and shoulders. Your last hopium level would be for us to do something like this and double you out in the next couple of days, but it is getting very shaky now. You can see the Bitcoin shorts up 229% today. I think if we do close a daily candle above this red box, if you've been watching my videos on Bitcoin, you know that I say every time we break above this red box, shorts normally go on an absolute crazy rally. Sometimes they're short-lived. For example here, it only lasted 3 days. This lasted 3 days. But as a rule of thumb, some of these structures lasted months, and it just won't be good in my opinion if Bitcoin does break above here in the short term. In the macro term, obviously nothing will really change. Bitcoin will probably come down to 31,000 and have a bounce or something like that down there. So macro term, the short spiking really doesn't affect anything. It is really like a short-term play, as you can see. So the next week or the next 2 weeks, the next month, if we do close above here, it may only last 5 days. But in that 5 days, I believe that if you're holding Bitcoin, Bonfida will become much cheaper priced in Bitcoin. So, obviously Bitcoin is down today. Bonfida is only up like 0.69%. But the point is, it's teetering on the edge of death. If we do fall from here, our last line in the sand is $1. So I've still got my eyes on 133. I will keep that price target in mind, because if we are going to bounce from anywhere in the short term, I think it is 133. But like I said, I think we're coming down. Best case scenario, Bitcoin turns around tomorrow, Bonfida goes to the moon, but in my opinion that is hopium. If that does happen, I would need to see a break above 390 before I get out of bed. So that's pretty much all I see. If I was holding Bonfida, which I'm not, I would like to see a close above 133, and if we did close below 133, expect probably multiple drops coming in the next couple of weeks. So that is all I see for Bonfida. If you are holding it, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial bias. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.